The 2016 NFL season has been, in short, a disaster. Declining ratings on primetime games each week, more officiating controversies, off-the-field trouble for some players, and Commissioner Roger Goodell's handling as the league's disciplinarian. Oh, and NFL players can't celebrate touchdowns without getting flagged. Now we know why people call it the No Fun League. I'm Justin Fraction, and today we take a look at 10 ways to make the NFL even better. Number 10, make injury news more transparent. The NFL injury report is as annoying as it comes. In other sports, they're day-to-day if it's minor. Otherwise, they're put on the injured reserve so you know the minimum of how long they'll be out for. But far too often in the NFL, players are simply listed as questionable when they're barely hurt. You're not fooling us, Bill Belichick. Stop the lying. Oh, and us fantasy football players would love to know ASAP if the guy is playing or not. Please get the teams to be more accurate with their injuries. Tell us how likely it is if a guy plays or sits out, and what type of injury he's dealing with exactly. Number 9, make reviews shorter. Rugby has a great system in place where the officials don't need to spend 5 minutes plus commercial breaks reviewing plays. In rugby, the refs communicate via headset with a replay official who tells them immediately what to call on the field. The NFL shouldn't be wasting time on this. Get replay officials to do the work on the monitor so that the on-the-field officials don't have to waste their time and hours. Number 8, less commercials, please. In the NHL, there are only 3 commercial breaks per period. In baseball, the commercials will always come between half innings and pitching changes. In the NBA, it's usually a team's timeout that leads to a break. But the NFL has far too many commercials. Every time there's an injury, a coach's challenge, an official review, an exchange in possession, a scoring play, and it goes on and on. Here's what always happens. A team scores, commercial, they review it, commercial. They kick off to the other team, commercial. Look, NFL, you make billions every year. Cut back on the ads. Our patience has reached its limits. Number 7, better flexing for primetime games. At the moment, the NFL's flexible scheduling allows for Sunday nighters to be flexed beginning in Week 15 until Week 17. However, only 2 Sunday nighters between Weeks 5 and 10 may be flexed. We appreciate the NFL's attempt, but why not expand their flex scheduling a little more? Allow every week Sunday nighter to be flexed if necessary, and throw Monday night flexible scheduling in there as well. I know teams won't be thrilled about moving their game up or back a day, but with a few weeks' notice, you can't convince us that it's a big issue. Enough with these boring Sunday and Monday night matchups. Expanded flex scheduling should take care of that. Number 6, reduce or cancel Thursday nighters. Look, Thursday nighters seem great on paper, Friday is just a day away. So before your last day of school or work for the week, you get to cozy up and watch Thursday night football. What is there to complain about? Well, maybe the fact that games are always so boring. In 2014, 5 Thursday night games were decided by 8 points or less. 9 games were decided by 10 points or more. In 2015, there were closer games. But who cared about Tennessee versus Jacksonville or the New York Jets versus Buffalo Bills? In 2016, only 3 of the first 9 Thursday nighters were decided by 8 points or less. How exciting. Look, teams can't play on short weeks. It's not fair to force them to do it. Can we move on yet? Number 5, change the disciplinary rules. We're not saying full-on the NFL should allow players to use marijuana, but they should try to have an open mind about it. Former NFLer Jake Plummer said medical marijuana took away all the pain he had after suffering for years following his retirement. Also, why did Ray Rice only get a 2-game suspension for brutally attacking his fiancée? Greg Hardy should have never been allowed back in. But Josh Gordon and Martavius Bryant are missing full seasons for smoking a couple of joints? Please, Commissioner, maybe you should lighten up on the pot smokers and focus more on punishing the real criminals. Number 4, tweak overtime rules. It's not often a tie happens, but when it does, it's the worst. Why not adopt the NCAA's rule of giving both teams the ball at the opponent's 25-yard line and letting them go back and forth until one team scores and the other team doesn't? Think about it. Aaron Rodgers versus Drew Brees in the NFC Championship. Why should one team win because their elite QB led a touchdown drive first? Make them go back and forth until someone can't score on their drive. That's how you make football even better. Number 3, start paying attention to CTE. You got the medical experts willing to bet their medical licenses that former NFL players suffered from CTE. Then you have the NFL refusing to admit these players are suffering from CTE. Jerry Jones denies it altogether, which is plain silly. Look, many NFL players are not healthy when they retire. Guys are taking too many headshots. There's no clear way to cut down on brain injuries in the NFL. But stop ignoring CTE and admit there's a problem. Work on a way to address it. Number 2, allow celebrations. Sorry, kids who have a future in the NFL. You went through all the pain, torture, and laps around the field, trying to make it to the NFL. You were allowed to celebrate in gym class and in high school. But now that you're in the pros, no more having fun. Come on, NFL. Let these guys celebrate when they score touchdowns. Terrell Owens chowing down on popcorn, Antonio Brown's epic dances, we miss those days. Let them have fun. The NHL doesn't penalize fist bumps and the MLB doesn't fine guys for bat flips. Let it go. And number 1, everything should be reviewed. Every year, a number of games are impacted by officiating errors, and it seems every game has a number of missed calls or stupid penalty calls that change the course of the game. Listen, everything should be challengeable. In the CFL, coaches can challenge pass interference calls. Bill Belichick has even asked for it. Sometimes false start is called on the offense when the defense jumped first. Instead of allowing these officiating errors, they should actually begin reviewing penalties and missed calls. This way, officials are avoiding controversy. How do you think they could make the NFL even better? Join us in the comments below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to Total Pro Sports though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.